Hello, we'll be explaining today chapter 9, which is capital budgeting. We have three main points in capital budgeting, and those are payback period, net present value, and internal rate of return. Mainly, the chapter consists of 5 points. The first point is the net present value, NPV. The second one is payback. Third one is discounted payback. Fourth one is average accounting return, and the final one is internal rate of return. Net present value is the amount of money invested considering the time value of money. Explaining more. Actually, we create value by identifying an investment worth more in the marketplace than it costs us to acquire. This is the process of valuing an investment by discounting its future cash flows. Mainly, NPV is an estimate, so it can't be accurate to 100%. But an investment should be accepted if the net present value is positive, and if not, it should be rejected. And now, coming to how to calculate NPV. NPV is the sum of the net income of the year divided by 1 plus the interest rate powered the year. And finally, we subtract the initial investment. Now, as we see, that's the cost to begin the production. It's $10,000. The discount rate is 10%. The first 2 years' income is $2,000 per year. The next 2 years' income is $4,000 per year. And the final year income is $5,000. Coming now to the NPV calculation. As shown here, the NPV is equal to the sum of the net income of the 5 years divided by the interest rate powered the year of income. And finally, we deduct the initial investment amount from the total income amount but discounted. Coming now to the payback. What is the payback? The payback is the length of time it takes to recover our initial investment or get our money back. The payback doesn't include the time value of money. Here, there is an example. The initial cost is $500. The first year income is $100. The second year income is $200. And the third year income is $500. And now, calculating the payback. The payback actually is 2.4 years. How do we calculate this? We noticed that the initial cost is $500. Now we want to know the time gaining again our $500. For this, we know that on our two first years we have $300 and on our third year we have $500. So the rest of the 500 from the third year So the rest of 500 from the third year is only 200. So 200 over 500 equals to 0.4. Adding 2 years, so we have 2.4 years to gain back our money. Here, coming to the discounted payback. The discounted payback is the same as payback, but taking in consideration the time value of money. And here, working on the same example. Here in the table, we have the discounted and the undiscounted amount. As we see, the first year income is $100, but applying to it the discount rate, it becomes $89. And this, we have only to divide $100 over 1.1 as the discount rate is 10%. So, by the discounted payback method, we have 2.65 year to acquire our $500 again. Coming to the average accounting return. The average accounting return have many different definitions. We will use this one. The average accounting return AAR equals to the average net income over the average book value. Knowing that, average accounting return is not a rate of return in any meaningful economic sense. It's only the ratio of two accounting numbers. One of the reasons that AER is not a rate of return is that it ignores the time value. The advantages of the AER are that it's easy to calculate. Second, it will not need a lot of information. The information that it will need, it will be mainly available. Coming to the disadvantages, the first disadvantage is that it's not a true rate of return because it ignores the time value of money. Second, it's based on accounting book values, not cash flows and market values. Here, coming to an example. In the example, the initial investment is $240. The average investment is $120, though the average book value equals to $120. The average income is calculated by adding the cash inflows of all years divided by the number of the years. So, the average net income equals to $45. So, the AER rate equals to 37.5%. Finally, coming to the internal rate of return, the IRR. What is the IRR? The IRR is the discount rate that makes the NPV equals to 0. Actually, the IRR is the discount rate. Here, coming to the first example, we will consider the cost of production of $10,000. The first 2 years income, $2,000 per year, and the second 2 years income, $4,000 per year, and the final year income is $5,000. And here, we will see how to calculate IRR. The IRR can be found using two methods. The first one is the trial and error method. This involves setting up an equation with the discounted cash flows equal to 0, and then solve the value for R. Mainly, that we have done here. We have determined the discount rate of 17.3%, and our discounted income is equal to the production cost, which is $10,000. So, when we deduct that two amounts, we have the NPV equals to 0. Thank you for listening.